Concerns have been raised about patient privacy after UK universities partner with a Chinese state-linked company, which the US National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence warned may be serving as a global collection mechanism for Chinese government genetic databases.
Research scientists have been accumulating in close collaboration with the Chinese police and judiciary, have been accumulating massive amounts of information about the genetic diversity of the population so that they actually could deploy these DNA databases as part of their massive surveillance infrastructure.
Chinese genomics giant BGI Group, which runs the state-owned National Gene Bank, is believed to have significant and long-standing ties to the Chinese Communist Party and the country's military. While BGI has denied sharing sensitive data with the government, the company is subject to Article 7 of China's National Intelligence Law, which states organizations and citizens shall support, assist, and cooperate with national intelligence efforts. BGI's close links with state security has also been a concern, resulting in two BGI Group subsidiaries being blacklisted by the US Department of Commerce for their involvement in unethical surveillance of ethnic minorities in China.
People imagine that when you collect the DNA, with that you can do something absolutely horrible to people, but the situation is much more complicated. If we take the situation of the Uyghurs in Xinjiang, they are subject to intense surveillance across multiple technologies. So you have the DNA databases, but you have facial recognitions and cameras all over the place. You have censorship of the internet. You have monitoring software installed on smartphone to see what is on your smartphone. You have the police scanning a QR code next to your door at your home to know who is living there and what is known by the police about them. So it's the surveillance is a totality of modalities that creates intense fear, and that intense pressure, that is the abuse.
The Ethical Research Campaign, which was set up by a group of concerned students and recent graduates to highlight these issues, have called on UK universities to end all research projects with BGI.
We're getting funding. We don't know the consequences in the long run. And you know, it doesn't fit in with the ethical standards we've set in the UK on our British values either. So Beijing to Britain actually described BGI as a company that has links to British universities, companies, institutions on a scale that would make Huawei blush.
Since 2015, Beijing itself has restricted foreign researchers from accessing gene data on Chinese people. Parliamentarians in the UK have questioned if the government and universities are doing enough to protect against Chinese influence in critical areas.
We don't like somebody watching over our shoulders to read our newspaper. We certainly don't want to let people pick our genomes and collect our data and not know where it ends up and who's doing what with it.
In recent years, 20 major UK universities have received over £40 million from state-linked Chinese companies. Exeter University, which has a running contract with a BGI subsidiary involving data sharing, told Evening Standard that only anonymised samples were provided to BGI and no specific concerns on data privacy had been raised with the university.